Welcome to my July 2025 garden video in Zone 6B in Southeastern Michigan. I am really excited about this garden tour because this is the first year that I have two areas to garden in. This garden tour is going to be of my deck garden where I do all of my container planting. And it's really fun this year because I can compare and contrast with my new raised garden beds that I have on my new patio. I do most of my container gardening in these earth boxes, which I'll talk about in a minute. But here you can see all of my peppers. I have one earth box that's specific for my spicy hot peppers and one that is specific for my mild peppers. It's important to note that I don't save my seeds for peppers here because the spicy peppers and the mild peppers are just too close together that if I were to save seeds, it would affect the spiciness of the mild peppers. But these are my absolute favorite peppers to grow every year. These purple peppers, they are so gorgeous. They turn yellow when they're even more ripe, and they actually turn like a tie-dye purple and yellow when they're kind of going in between the two, and they are just so delicious. These are my candy cane variegated peppers. They have these gorgeous candy cane type light green and dark green stripe, and those are also really, really unique, interesting, a very sweet, mild flavor, great for salads, pastas, a good snacking pepper, one of my other favorites. I have some beautiful green bell peppers. This is my spicy box here. I have some banana peppers, which you just saw there. One of my new favorite peppers is that purple pepper right there. It's the Buena Mulata from Heirloom Seeds, Baker's Creek Heirloom Seeds. I also grow habaneros, jalapenos, serranos, of course. Have to grow all of those for some spicy salsa. But this is my tomato setup, which is really fun. I have 4 earth boxes just set up for tomatoes. This is a seed, a Gisante tomato, and you can see a little bit of early blight on this plant. Most of my tomatoes are unaffected, so it's really important if you see that little bit of blossom end root rot on some of the bases of those tomatoes where just the bottoms turn a dark brown. Usually that's a sign of overwatering or of nutrient deficiency, so you have to pull those out, and then I give them a little boost of calcium in there to try to help get them all the nutrients that they need. They also have a root rot spray that I spray on there sometimes if we've had a couple days of solid rain, and that helps prevent that. But these are my 4 beautiful tomato earth boxes. I have 3 boxes of heirloom tomatoes, and it's really cool. You can do 2 heirloom plants per box. And then I also have a cherry tomato with a cherry tomato and a sun gold 2 plants. These are my beans. I have tons of beans just planted in little planters all around the deck, kind of in front of the earth boxes. Those don't need quite as much room, so I find that those are great add-in plants. Besides my main earth boxes, I typically have too many starts. I start everything from seed, and then I become very invested in these plants, and I have a hard time throwing out any healthy seeds. So I find little tiny pots at Home Depot or online or thrift stores or garage sales, and I put the extra starts in there. But again, these are my tomatoes. Those are Brandywine and pineapple tomatoes from Baker's Creek, which are some of my favorite varieties. I also grow Anna Noir and green Cherokee tomatoes and pink Berkeley. Those are what my heirlooms that I'm growing. And those are my cherry tomatoes. Those are Super Sweet 100s, which is my all-time favorite cherry tomato. You can't beat that. And this year is my first year growing these sun golds, so I'm pretty excited about that. This earth box is my cucumber and my honey patch squash, which is a brand new seed company for me. It's from Row 7 Seeds, a very small seed company by Chef Dan Barber and a couple of incredible seed breeders. So I'm super excited about trying those honey patch squash. They're these butternut squash that are basically the size of a hand. And they pair well with cucumbers. So right now those are thriving. Speaking of cucumbers, there's my daughter. I love to garden with her, and she tends to just mow on cucumbers while I'm weeding and pruning, and it's really, really fun to garden with her. That's how things are growing so far. I am so excited about them. Happy gardening.